I think also, and I have to say this specific to the men right now, we have to be mindful of non-sexual intimacy, okay? So,
if you could speak to intimacy with ongoing relationships.
okay, and
Sexual, not just sexual, but I mean general sense of feeling intimate relationally, emotionally, spiritually with someone you were with for very long, without making it feel like you're making it a science that you're like, oh, all right, honey, we're on step 7 for intimacy. Like, I don't want to make it feel scientific and weird. Like, do you have steps that maybe speaking to the males in the audience who want to feel or be more vulnerable and feel more intimate with a long-term partner without making it feel like you're doing it in a mechanical way?
Okay. So understand that initially when we're trying to correct the intimacy in our relationships, there may be a period where it is mechanical, that there has to be a level of structure and, okay, we're going to kind of get into a routine so that we can get used to it. But think of it like practicing a jump shot. Initially, you're all about mechanics. After a while, you're flowing with it. You become one with the ball, so to speak. You have to become one with your partner. You have to become so in tune with her that it's just natural. It just flows. It just hits you. So I think that that's the first thing. Don't get caught up in it being mechanical because that's necessary initially, but you'll get to that part where it's very natural. I think also, and I have to say this specific to the men right now, we have to be mindful of non-sexual intimacy, okay? So, and again, we can lose sight of that, but the reality is that you never want your wife, your partner, to feel like the only time you want to touch her is when you want sex. Because now she feels like she's just a piece of meat to you, an interchangeable sex piece, okay?
So for the men in the room, what does non-sexual intimacy look like?
Non-sexual intimacy. Well, first let me give this quick story. I just have to give this story. So I had a couple once that I was counseling, and the wife was like, he never spends time with me. He doesn't talk to me. I just want him to watch TV with me. And I said, okay, I'm going to talk to your husband. We're going to get this straightened out. So I tell him, like, listen, she says she wants you to talk to her, watch TV with her, so on and so forth. He said, okay, cool, I got this. I'll let you know what happens. A week later, I said, what happened? He said, I watched TV with her, and she's still not happy. And so I asked her, I said, well, what happened? She said, yeah, he watched TV with me, but he was on this side of the couch, and I was on that side of the couch. So what I want both sides to gain from that is, one, as men, non-sexual intimacy, being affectionate, talking, spending time with her, whether that's watch her favorite show with her, whether that's holding her hand. And of course, that depends on your specific partner, what's important to her. So figure out what she needs from you. But on the other side, women, be more specific with your partner. Because, all right, that man heard watch TV with you. He watched some damn TV. Like, he was like, what's going on here? I did my part. You can't just say to a man, spend more time with me. I want to hear from, no, what does that look like? What exactly would you like to see implemented more? And there's nothing wrong with giving your partner those directions. The man who loves you will do it if he just knew what it was.
Why do women not want to communicate what they really want?
Because they feel like it takes away, because here's the thing, women know how to read us. Women are very in tune with us. We don't have to speak a word and she's analyzing the whole mood, the body language, all right? She might be coming up with all kinds of different stories, but she's figuring something out by looking at us. We are we're 1 + 1 = 2. We're very logical. We just needed to be straightforward. So another quick story. There was a couple, they were having issues. They were married for 12 years. And this time, they were a friend of mine, so I didn't have time to counsel them myself, but I sent them to a different counselor. They go to the counselor, and the counselor has them do an exercise where he tells the husband, say to your wife how you feel right now. He says how he feels. He tells the wife, repeat verbatim what he just told you. They spent the next hour without her being able to say verbatim what he said to her. Because in the woman's mind, she's interpreting the words. Well, this must mean this, or no, like, you really meant this. No, I meant exactly what I said, but this is part of the disconnect between men and women, but I think on both sides, as men, we have to be willing to be more in tune. And yes, we do have to read our partner. If our partner says, there's nothing wrong with me right now, but you know her mood is telling you there's something wrong, then say to her, you know what, baby, I understand. When you're ready to talk about this, I'm here for you. That's all she needs. The acknowledgement that you recognize that she's in a bad place right now. You don't have to hound her. You don't have to keep pounding her over the head with it. Just let her know you're here for her. But on the other side, yes, as women, be more expressive, be more specific. This will help close the communication gap between men and women when we start to understand that, yes, we talk differently a lot of times. And that's the reason why we have a lot of these disconnects. But to get back to the intimacy real quick, the other thing that I want to mention is, again, so non-sexual intimacy, we have to nurture that. And we have to spend quality time with our partner outside of the bedroom, because the connection outside the bedroom can dictate the connection inside the bedroom. And when the woman feels more valued and safe in the relationship, she is willing to open up more in the bedroom for you. So a lot of times, men are trying to get that woman to do what he wants, but it's like you're missing the mark, because outside the relationship, she doesn't feel like you have her best interests at heart. She doesn't feel safe. She doesn't feel like you're there for her. There's other issues that need to be addressed first. But I also think, again, communicating, being honest. We have to create environments in our relationships where we can constructively criticize each other. All right, we have this problem with being not brutally honest, but just being honest with our partners about what we need, what we like, what we don't like, without being offended by it.
How do we communicate without being hurt or being hurt by the other person communicating?
So again, not to sound like a broken record, healing is the first step, because a lot of times our inability to handle constructive criticism stems from things in our childhood and how we've been talked to before in our past relationships. So now we're triggered by the criticism. And again, we take it as a negative thing, not understanding this is an opportunity to grow with my partner. Criticism is good. If I know what you don't like, I can make it better. But if I don't, then how can we improve anything? So it's really going to take practice. And that's the reason why I'm so adamant about the relationship checkups, because that's an opportunity to essentially constructively criticize each other.